So paano tayo magkakaroon ng order of the proper court kung hindi naman kayo mag-i-initiate ng case? Para po sa ganun, magkaroon ng visa yung Section 60. Kayo po nakikita nyo, naririnig nyo lahat ito ngayon, pero walang kumikibo. Sinabi ba rito na hindi kayo pwedeng mag-initiate ng case? Kasi sinasabi ko po, ano ang threshold? Bakit si Alice Go? Nag-file ka pa. Nag-create ka pa lang ng task force kami. Pang-anim na hearing na po ito. Napakabilis po ninyong umaksyon pagdating sa mayor ng Bamban. I have nothing to do with, I don't know her from Adam. I'm from Tarlac but I don't know the mayor of Bamban. Ang nakikita ko lang, kami po 34 na track na dokumento na ang naiparahayag namin dito. Wala man lang pong gumagalaw sa DILG kung kayo po ay magsasampa ng kaso sa ombudsman. Pero yung mayor ng Bamban, di ko po alam kung ilang dokumento pong natang ang bilis po ninyo na nag-aksyon. I remember in the Senate hearing with respect to that Senate resolution involving the mayor of Bamban. Hindi ko po alam kung anong dokumento ang nakuha nila doon. Pero yung DILG, meron po bang DILG rito? Madam Representative from DILG, napakabilis po ninyong umaksyon pagdating sa mayor ng Bamban. I have nothing to do with, I don't know her from Adam. I'm from Tarlac but I don't know the mayor of Bamban. Ang nakikita ko lang, kami po 34 na track na dokumento na ang naiparahayag namin dito. Wala man lang pong gumagalaw sa DILG kung kayo po ay magsasampa ng kaso sa ombudsman. Pero yung mayor ng Bamban, di ko po alam kung ilang dokumento pong natang ang bilis po ninyo na nag-aksyon. Nasaan po ba yung DILG? Nanggaling doon, napunta rito. Ano po ba yung threshold, madam?
Good morning po, Mr. Chair and the members of this committee. Sa Bamban po,
Mr. Chair, may I request that the representative of the LG identify herself and the position that she holds at the DILG.
Yes po. Good morning po again. I'm Attorney Charmaine Jacqueline Paulino. I'm the Regional Legal Officer of DILG Region 3, Your Honor. Together with me are the lawyers from the Central Office, from the legal services. So as regards po sa Bamban, actually po the DILG Regional Office is not really included in the investigation. We just assisted them to makipag-coordinate po with Bamban, but the task force includes the DILG lawyers from the Central Office, Your Honor. That's why the decision making as to the regional office po, we didn't take part po in the decision as to the filing of the case. It is the Central Office, Your Honor po.
Nasaan po yung taga-Central Office? Legal.
Please, occupy the seat.
Good morning po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. I'm Attorney Leo Mingito from Legal Services of DILG. With regard po sa...
Sandali po. Have you taken your oath, Attorney?
Not yet, Your Honor.
Please, Comsec, please administer the oath to.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth for this committee. So help you God.
Thank you, Comsec. Please proceed, Attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes po. Sir, with regard po dun sa Bamban po, nag-create po kasi po ng task force doon. So yung task force po yung binigyan po ng ng duty para po mag-investigate and para po mag-file po ng case sa ombudsman kapag po nakapag-build up po ng case. So with regard po sa San Simon, sir, as of now po, as far as I know din po.
Teka muna, Tony. Ano ba yung threshold? Kasi nag-create pa lang kayo ng task force. Pero nakapag-initiate na kayo, nakapag-file na kayo agad ng case sa ombudsman. You will realize that this committee has been conducting meetings. Pangilan na ito, Mr. Chair? Pang-anim na ito. And the committee meetings speak volumes of documents proving the irregularity, massive irregularity in all respects.
I agree po.
Pero
sir.
Ang bilis-bilis kay Alice Go.
Yes, sir.
I'm saying, hindi ko po kilala yun. Ano yung threshold? Meron po bang selective dito na if I say speaks volume, totoo ito.
I agree po.
Bakit wala man lang? I will direct you to siguro ganito na lang. In Section 16 ng Local Government Code, the grounds for disciplinary actions, an elective local official may be disciplined, suspended, or removed from office on any of the following grounds. Di ba? Nandito. Dishonesty, abuse of authority, misconduct in office, gross negligence, dereliction of duty. Kung ito hinahanap mo, nandito lahat. Kaya lang, nakalagay din naman kasi rito, such other grounds as may be provided in this code and other laws. An elective local official may be removed from office on the grounds enumerated above by order of the court. So paano tayo magkakaroon ng order of the proper court kung hindi naman kayo mag-i-initiate ng case? Para po sa ganun, magkaroon ng visa yung Section 60.
Your Honor, if I may po, with regard po sa department po kasi, we act according po dun sa AO 23-1992, if I'm not mistaken po, Your Honor. Sabi po dun is investigative lang po talaga ang DILG. We have no power po to initiate a complaint po dun sa OP. So, if may magko-complaint po, kami naman po, sumusunod lang po kami dun sa sinasabi ko pong AO.
Sinasabi ba ng Section 60 that DILG is not a party to file a complaint? Sinasabi ba? Maghihintay pa kayo na kung sino yung magpapile?
Wala naman po, sir. Pero, yun nga po.
Section 60 is very silent.
Yes, correct po, sir.
On whether or not you will file a case. Kung magpapile kayo, wala naman sinasabing violation dito kung kayo magpapile. Pero
Agree po.
sinasabi namin, despite the fact, this is already the 6th hearing of this committee and obtained several documents already documenting irregularities and violations of existing laws, rules, and regulations. Ito na lang pinag-uusapan natin kay Mr. Santos.
I agree, sir.
They bypass civil service laws and regulations. Can you imagine he will appear in a barangay council, in a panlalawigan, by the mere letter of the mayor, but the mayor will later turn back against him. No, kaya sila na-contempt eh. Kayo po nakikita nyo, naririnig nyo lahat ito ngayon, pero walang kumikibo. Sinabi ba rito na hindi kayo pwedeng mag-initiate ng case against hearing officials?
Wala po, sir.
Wala po, di ba?
Correct, sir.
Kasi sinasabi ko po, ano ang threshold? Bakit si Alice Go? Nag-file ka pa. Nag-create ka pa lang ng task force kami. Pang-anim na hearing na po ito. Ganito po eh. Kaya po kami, inimbita namin kayo, with all due respect, as well as the presence of the representative from Ombudsman. I-open po natin yung ano. Kasi po rito sa Attorney, from the Ombudsman. Dito po kasi sa inyong charter. Sir. Section 25, Republic Act 6770, penalties, paragraph 1 is not applicable kasi presidential decree ito. In paragraph 2, sabi po niya, in other administrative proceedings, the penalty ranging from suspension without pay for 1 year to dismissal. Ito po, no? From suspension without pay for 1 year to dismissal with forfeiture of benefits or fine ranging from 5,000 pesos to twice the amount malversed illegally taken or blah, blah, blah. taking into consideration circumstances that mitigate or aggravate the liability of the officer or employee found guilty of the complaint or charges. Can you please enlighten the committee Attorney?
Before Attorney Fernandez answer the query of Congressman Alcolita, let me acknowledge the presence of Congressman Busita, representing One Rider Party List. Thank you for coming, sir. Please proceed, Attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It means, Your Honor, that the Ombudsman is the administrative disciplinary authority over public officials and may impose the appropriate penalty as stated in those ranges as authorized by law in accordance with the evidence and the facts of the case, Your Honor.
And it says to dismissal. You can dismiss. Sabi niya, taking into consideration circumstances that mitigate or aggravate the liability of the officer. Ito pong mga nakalap naming ebidensya of irregularity and violations left and right. Don't they constitute aggravating circumstances to merit dismissal of the erring officials of San Simon?
Attorney.
Your Honor, without prejudging the case and without preempting the appropriate office who will make the eventual resolution of the case, Your Honor, which is the Office of the Deputy Ombudsman for Luzon, it suffices to state that a case may be refiled if there are additional evidence, especially the one that surfaced during this series of hearings that would justify the refiling of the complaint and the revival of the proceedings of the complaint against the subject, Your Honor. It could be that I'm not familiar with the earlier case, not privy, Your Honor, but it could be that the earlier complaint filed by the complainant was found to be insufficient to find the probable cause at that time. But with the surfacing of the new pieces of evidence, it could be that it could justify the refiling of the complaint, since a resolution or decision of the Ombudsman in preliminary investigation cases does not have the effect of a double jeopardy. So it may be refiled with the pieces of evidence now discovered and unearthed, Your Honor.
Thank you for the answer, Mr. Chair. I'm not only referring, of course, to the earlier joint resolution that we tackled earlier, but I am hoping that the officer of the DILG will be serious enough to file the appropriate complaints based on the evidence we have gathered so far after 6 hearings of this committee, so that paragraph 2 of section 5 of the Ombudsman Charter will apply. Sayang naman ito.
Mr. Chair, if I may add po, dun po sa nabanggit ko po na AO number 23 series of 1992, under dun po sa Rule 3, Section 1, actually you are correct po, sir, that the OP through the DILG may initiate po the proper complaint. So in connection with this, I will relay po dun po sa proper officials to initiate po the proper complaint po sa mga erring officials po ng San Simon, sir.
So the committee expects the commitment taken by the representative from the DILG, Mr. Chair.
DILG.
Yes, sir.
Especially, I would like to manifest also in relation to the aggravating circumstances that we made mention. The mayor of San Simon has been preventively suspended several times. Iba preventive pagkatapos yung final verdict 6 months. I think dalawa na po yung suspension niya for 6 months. And yesterday, another preventive suspension was meted out by the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. What are we waiting for? Gusto po niyo umabot ng 5 suspension?
This is duly noted for Your Honor.
Doon po sa unang suspension niya, it involved the anomalous purchase of lands in connection with the expansion of the Municipal Hall of San Simon, Pampanga. The Ombudsman appreciated the report, although medyo nabawasan lang ng konti yung it was simple negligence yata imbes na grave whatever. Grave abuse, parang simple lang ang na-appreciate ng Ombudsman. We do not contest that. Because just the same, the Ombudsman meted out a 6-month suspension sa mayor. Pero we would like to take advantage of the presence of the Ombudsman. Despite the absence of a valid contract as basis for the payment, the municipality of San Simon, represented by Mayor Punsalan, disbursed the amount of 35 million to one Gian Jebilin on February 14, 2020, and another 10,007,200 pesos on the same date under a separate voucher for a total of 45,007,200 pesos. During the hearing, the officials of San Simon admitted that the expansion plan of the municipal hall was not included in the approved comprehensive plan of the LGU. They also admitted that it was not in the comprehensive land use plan or CLUP. The last subject matter of the anomalous sale are subject of a petition dated November 11, 2005 in the RTC of Macabebe, Pampanga, docketed as SP Special Proceedings number 05-0534M. Gian Jebilim does not appear as one of the heirs of Artemio Reyes Sr., the registered owner of the subject lots in the latter's last will and testament. The probate court appointed engineer Artemio Reyes Jr. and Grace Marie Reyes Gonzalez as joint administrator of the estate of decedent Reyes. The COA already issued a notice of disallowance of this anomalous transaction. Mamaya po itatanong natin sa COA, what happened with the appeal of Mayor Punsalan to your notice of disallowance? Prior to signing of the vouchers relative to the purchase of the lots, subject matter of resolution number 20-06, the municipal budget officer, municipal accountant, and the municipal treasurer notified Mayor Punsalan in their letter dated February 13, 2020 of the reservation pursuant to Section 106 of Presidential 1445. Meron po bang, nandyan po ba si Municipal Budget Officer Jacqueline Alparo?
Present po, Your Honor.
Do you confirm this February 13, 2020 letter addressed to the Mayor of
Yes.
San Simon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sabi nyo rito, prior to the signing of the voucher, we are notifying you on our reservation as per Section 106 of Presidential Decree 1445. This presidential decree is the State Audit Code of the Philippines, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
What were your reservations, Madam?
That we have not given enough time to review the documents and the transaction, Your Honor, and we did not exercise. Due to that, we did not exercise our due diligence, Your Honor, based on our mandate.
What else?
Your Honor.
Nandito lahat sa sulat mo eh.
Yes.
We also raise questions on the necessity or economy of this transaction since the basic documentary requirements under COA 2012-003 are missing, such as the independent appraisal report indicating the valuation of the land. Correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Notwithstanding all these reservations, formally coursed through the mayor, kasama mo dito yung municipal accountant and the municipal treasurer. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Nandyan ba sila ngayon?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, kayo po, kayong tatlo, alam po niyo itong sulat na ito. But
Yes.
despite this reservation, bakit po kayo pumirma doon sa voucher? Kasi kung hindi kayo pumirma sa voucher, hindi po mababayaran si Lian Jebby Lim. Tama?
Yes po, Your Honor.
So please answer the question. Notwithstanding the valid reservations coursed through the mayor, pumirma rin kayo sa voucher. Sino po ba yung gumawa ng voucher? Sino yung nag-print?
Your Honor, sa budget office po, nanggagaling po yung obligation request certifying the availability of funds. The voucher, Your Honor, is from the accountant.
Sino gumagawa?
Your Honor, sa sa practice po ng LGU, nagpiprint po ng voucher and obligation request from the system is from the budget officer.
Is it a good practice? Is it a good practice?
No, Your Honor.
Ha?
No, Your Honor.
Hindi pala good practice. Bakit sinusunod nyo? Ang tanong ko, teka, sagutin mo. Despite all the reservations you coursed through the mayor of San Simon, bakit pumirma kayo doon sa obligation request? Ba't kayo pumirma sa disbursement voucher? Iisa-isahin ko ito, pumirma kayo. Why? Saan kayo pumirma? Sa munisipyo o somewhere else? Somebody told me, bigyan kita ng pagkakataon, magsalita ng totoo. Saan kayo pumirma?
Sa restaurant, Your Honor.
Sa restaurant sila nagpirmahan ng voucher. Why?
Pinapunta po kami doon, Your Honor.
Nino? Sabihin mo na. Is the restaurant a place of business, of transacting the business of the municipality?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, I will ito. Yung kontrata, yung deed of sale between, ito, maliwanag Mr. Chair, na-prove na natin, the deed of sale is irregular. I will prove to you later why the contract is irregular because Ian Jebby Lim is not supposed to be the one na gumawa ng SPA kasi maliwanag na ang daming po-point out ko sa iyo mamaya. But the date of the deed of sale, anong date? Check your record.
As far as I know, Your Honor, it's February 13. February 13.
Sigurado ka?
Your Honor, i-verify ko lang po dun sa, pero hindi po ako sigurado kung 13 or 14 po.
Sige, verify mo na. Bigyan kita ng ilang segundo.
Just to remind Congressman Marcoleta and the members of this committee, and that includes the resource speakers invited into this hearing, that we will suspend the hearing at 12:30 because we have another hearing sa isang committee pa po. Most of the members of this committee also will join the hearing in the other committee.
So, anong date?
Madam, nakita mo na po?
Dito sa, pwede ba natin siyang ma-invite dito para ipakita ko?
Ah,
Can you come over and para makita mo lang?
please approach Congressman Dante, and please turn off the microphone, please. Thank you.
Nakita mo? Somebody did something about the date. Pero pakikita ko sa iyo, ayan ang tunay. February 14 talaga, ayan. Oh. Pero nilagyan lang ng 3. Ayan, nakita mo ha. Para walang, nilagyan ng 3 pero ito yung original, no? Ayan, 14, no? Maliwanag naman, di ba? Oh. Do you agree? Ito, 14, no? Oh. Pero dito, manipulate, nilagyan na 3. This is very material. Sige, balik ka na doon. So, Mr. Chair, we were able to prove that the original is February 14, not 13. Ginanon lang talaga. Dinaya lang talaga. Wala akong kinalaman doon, pare. The date, Mr. Chair, of the deed of sale is February 14, 2020. And yet, an obligation request in the amount of 35 million was prepared on February 12, 2 days before that. So wala pang deed of sale. Nakagawa na sila ng obligation request in the amount of 35 million. Ayan. And the disbursement voucher for the same amount of 35 million was prepared on February 12, 2020. Again, 2 days before the signing of the contract. Ayan, malinaw po yan. Doon naman po sa 3 million, ayun, February 13, 1 day before the signing of the contract. 10 million po yun, obligation request. Another obligation request amounting to 7 million, February 13, 2020, 1 day before the contract. Obligation request for 7,200, again, February 13, 2020. Mr. Chair, lahat po ng ito pinrepair po ng Finance Department ng San Simon, composing of the auditor, the municipal treasurer, and the municipal accountant, 2 days and 1 day before the signing of the contract. Yan po ang problema ninyo ngayon. Kaya po tinatanong ko sa inyo kung napansin pa rin ba ninyo, Madam Auditor, na dito sa deed of sale, doon sa whereas niya, whereas the seller and the other whereas the seller and the other illegitimate heirs of Artemio Reyes have executed an extrajudicial settlement of estate with special power of attorney duly notarized on May 21, 2019. Did you notice this?
Your Honor, clarify ko lang po if it's for the auditor or the budget officer po.
Kung alam niyo po, baka kayo rin.
Okay po.
Sa
Manifest.
page 2 po yun.
Okay po. Actually po, the audit observation memorandum was, actually the documents that I have po was just turned over to me po. But nevertheless po, based on the documents, I manifest po that the date of sale was, on the records that we have, it's Feb 14, 2020. And yes.
Gusto ko lang pansinin mo yung first whereas on page 2.
Okay po.
Ang nakalagay, extrajudicial settlement of estate with the special power of attorney duly notarized on May 21, 2019. Tama?
Yes po.
Did you happen to ask for a copy of that? Madam Auditor?
Based po dun sa na-turnover po sa akin, I think there is po special power of attorney attached to what was turned over to me po.
Hindi, ang sinasabi ko, extrajudicial settlement. Tingnan mo mabuti yung title, ha? This is very significant. Extrajudicial settlement of estate with the special power of attorney. Yun. Kasi ang sinabit sa'yo is an extrajudicial partition of real estate with the special power of attorney. Magkaiba po ito eh. So dito pa lang mali na naman ito eh. Kaya hindi dapat nagkaroon ng SPA because ang sinasabi niya, there was an extrajudicial settlement of estate. Hindi po. Ang binigay sa inyo is extrajudicial partition. These are two different matters altogether.
Yes po.
These
Based
are
on
falls
record.
apart. So, oy, pinalulusot nila talaga eh. Ito pa po. Madam Auditor, ang dami nyo kasing observation memo. Nakuha mo ba yung mapa ng mga binili? Ako meron akong Google Map. Ayan. Alam mo ba yung 32 lots na binili ng munisipyo kung paano ang pagkaka-scatter? Pwede ka bang pumunta rito, ma'am, para makita mo lang, ipakikita ko lang sa iyo kung gaano ang pagkakalat-kalat nito. Ang sabi nila, magkakatabi ng munisipyo eh. Para daw palakihin yung ano ng munisipyo. Oh. Ito po yung property identification map nung binili nila. Ito po yung munisipyo, itong blue. Ayan po yung binili na yung yellow. Ano pong kinalamanan nito? Napakalayo po yata nitong mga ito. Wala kayo nito? Wala kayo nito? Wala ka nitong Google? Paano tayo, yun ang sinasabi, mas mabilis pa pala ako mag-research kaysa sa inyo eh. Tingnan mo na yung, ayan ang munisipyo, bibilin mo ba ito? Eh, ba't di na lang ito yung binili? Ito yung malalapit, ayan, no? Tapos natapos na dapat dyan. Hindi pa ba naman kakasya yung 3 opisina mo rito, Mr. Bonus at Engineer Bonus? Kasi si Engineer Bonus, 3 yung opisina niya dito eh. Building official, notary public, at saka back. Tatawa-tawa ka pa eh. May establish ko ito, baka akala mo. Nasaan na yung auditor? Baka gusto mong litrato eh, para hindi ko muna ibibigay sa ito. Property ko pa ito eh. Kailangan bang bilhin ito? Ito.
Hindi naman po relevant.
Walang kareli-reli itong mga ito. Pero binili niya 32 lots. Kung okay na siya, gusto ko lang ipakita sa kanya na wala kasi si Gian Lim eh. Sa kanya ko itatanong ito, Mr. Chair eh. I will reserve my further questions kasi yung mga iba po wala, Mr. Chair. Lalo na si Gian Lim para kasi po meron siyang admission dito. Yung nakalagay po sa deed of sale, 8 lang ang pumirma. Dito sa nakuha kong impormasyon, lahat po pala ng heirs nung namatay, 19 lahat. Kaya sa lahat ng pahina nung deed of sale na yon, Mr. Chair, puro irregular po lahat ang pagkakagawa nun. Ang akin lamang pong panalangin, sana po yung ombudsman i-reconsider po nila yung nagawa nilang dating kasi ang maring nung panahon na ibinigay po yung mga datos ay talagang maring kulang po, pero sa ngayon po na-establish namin ang napakarami, including the others, kasi po 4 lahat ang subject matter ng pinag-uusapan dito. With the help of the DILG, if you'll be vigilant enough, to undertake all the necessary steps to the direction of Section 60 of the Local Government Code of the Philippines. At saka po sa Ombudsman man, yung Section 25, nakalagay naman po doon ng removal subject to the aggravating circumstances that may be appreciated by the office. So yun lang po muna, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Marcoleta. Last to interpolate.
Umani naman ito ng iba't ibang reaksyon mula sa ating mga netizens. Ayon kay Elvis Belo, bravo talaga kay Kong Marcoleta, ito yung dapat sa Senado hindi yung puro papogi lang. Pahayag naman ni Arian Lopez, dapat makulong yang mga involved dyan sa katiwalian. Wala talaga silang lusot kay Kong Marcoleta. At ito naman ang saloobin mula sa ating kababayan na si Irene Gutierrez, si Marcoleta dapat ang ginawang Speaker of the House, matalino laging detalyado very organized person. Mga kababayan feel free to comment below para maglabas ng saloobin sa balitang ito.